Bill Marr was trained by the Sisters of Charity of Nazareth at St. Anne on Highland with Sister Catherine Ann as his principal before coming to the Parkway in 1960. His mom, Ellen Griesbeck Marr, would spend many years teaching math at rival Holy Rosary. And like Mike Ehrlicher, Bill put some time with the Vocations Club, the Vanildas Club, and also, like Mike, embraced the married state rather than the religious state following high school. Little did he know, though, his days in the science club, down the road he would be in the high-tech business, a field pretty much unknown during his Parkway days. And from graduation at Memphis with a BA in Administration of Business, in 1968, Bill joined the Air Force, earned the rank of captain, and completed his service in 1972. The western part of our United States lured him to California with work in high-tech sales and management. He served as Senior Vice President for Sun Microsystems, responsible for all North American sales, Systems and Service Executive Vice President of 3Com Corporation, responsible for their worldwide field operations. In what little spare time Bill has, he serves on the Valley Medical Center Foundation Board, the Knights of St. John, Palo Alto Club, California Golf Club of San Francisco. No wonder, Bill, you put in your notes that you're hooked on golf. Bill is a communicant of the Church of the Nativity in Menlo Park, California. He and his wife Carol enjoy travel, exercise, and the pleasures and joys of 3 children and 4 grandchildren. He's a good friend and support of his alma mater, CBHS, even with it being a few thousand miles away from Memphis. May we show our support and friendship today in making him a Hall of Famer. Bill Marr.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, I've been fortunate enough in my life to receive a couple of awards and accolades, but I have to tell you, this is an honor that I really, really appreciate. I mean, who would have thought that a kid that got kicked out of study hall in his senior year had to go to Brother Stevens' office, get his trash can, and go around the campus picking up paper? I mean, who would have thought he would end up in the Hall of Fame? So I have to tell you a little story. As Brother Joel said, I went to Memphis State after leaving Christian Brothers. And a couple of years ago, the dean of the business school came after me for a donation. So I tried to think about the professors that I had had that made a big impact on my life. And, you know, to be honest, I could only think of a couple of names, and none of them really had an impact on me. So then I thought about Christian Brothers High School, and I could name every brother and every coach that I had for 4 years. And 2 of them really made an impression on me, and the first was Brother Stephen. He taught me algebra my freshman year, and he was a great teacher, but he was also a pretty stern disciplinarian. And my kids are here, but I'll say it anyway. I probably needed that. The other one was Coach Jack Moran. Now, it was Coach Moran's very first year teaching at Christian Brothers. It was 1960. He taught Latin. It was homeroom 118. I'll never forget it. And, you know, he probably doesn't remember this, but one day I had to stand up and conjugate some Latin verbs. And I got about halfway finished, and I finally said, you know, I can't do this, and I sat down. And it's the only time I ever heard him raise his voice. And he said, Marr, stand up and conjugate those verbs. So I did. And, you know, I thought about that a lot of times since that happened. And you know, I mean, the lesson there was I don't think I ever quit anything again. I think I just kept standing, and I got it done. So anyway, University of Memphis or Memphis State, they came after me for some money. After thinking through this thing, I decided to give my money to Christian Brothers High School. and specifically to start a school of business. Because, STEM, the science, technology, engineering, math, it's important. But half these kids are going to end up in business of one form or another. And I think we need more of a foundation for that. So that's what I decided to do. Now, my grandfather went to school here when it was on Adams Street. I went at Central and Parkway. My son graduated from this campus, and I have 2 grandchildren in Memphis that will come to Christian Brothers High School. So I just want to leave you with one expression that I have that I think sums it all up, and that is that you can get a good education at a lot of schools, but they don't teach you how to be a man. Thank you.